All right, YouTube, it's time to talk about Joan Rivers' little joke about Obama being gay and Michelle Obama being transgendered. My first reaction was one of amusement because there's already enough Obama-related scandals anyway that even if he were to come out today and say, yes, I'm gay, it wouldn't shock me and it wouldn't even bother me at this point. Him being gay wouldn't affect the fact that I think he's a shitty president. Michelle Obama, I think, is dishonest and insufferable, and that's not going to change regardless of what gender she happens to be. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter if this is true. And Joan Rivers didn't seem to be saying this in a joking manner. And I may be wrong. It may have been her idea of humor. If it was, then she probably was drunk, like some people were saying she appeared to be. If it was meant to be serious, I would say there's no way to prove one way or the other whether this is true, and it doesn't really ultimately affect the fact that he's bad at governing and that his wife is insufferable. It doesn't really make a difference when you really think about it. It's just like Bill Clinton getting a blowjob. It didn't affect the fact that he was doing fairly well. He was fairly well liked at the time. He did some things that were far more dishonest than getting a blowjob, and people realized that. But as long as the economy was chugging along, nobody really cared. Just like right now, the economy is in the shitter, and it's not going to suddenly come out of the shitter because Obama comes out and says, yes, by the way, Michelle Obama was born Michael Obama. It doesn't matter. I'm far more concerned with things like the AP scandal, the NSA, the IRS scandal, Benghazi, Bo Bergdahl trade, which people have forgotten about, predictably, the problems in Iraq, the fact that we're still running drones over Yemen and all of these other places and killing small children, the fact that we have now started killing American citizens without trial as long as they're overseas and supposedly part of some terrorist group, whether or not they're actually in combat at the time. There are a lot of problems going on right now. So it doesn't really matter what happens in Obama's personal life. He could be like Reverend Manning says and be truly a long-legged Mac Daddy. Obama's a long-legged Mac Daddy and all of this stuff. It wouldn't matter. That's his personal life. I don't care what Obama does on his own time. What I care about is the fact that he's ineffective and corrupt. That matters to me. He's mismanaged the economy. He lies to people on a constant basis. He did nothing to stop the surveillance apparatus and in fact has increased it manyfold and made it far more totalitarian. Those things matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if the president is being sodomized every night. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that he is a poor president. It wouldn't make him better. It wouldn't make him worse. All it would mean is that he lied to people, but he's already doing that. He lied to you over and over about the NSA. He lied about the IRS several times. He lied about Benghazi. He lied to the entire American public on issues that actually affect their day-to-day lives and affect the day-to-day lives of people in other countries as well. The NSA especially, above all other scandals, I believe is still number one. But people apparently would rather focus on this very likely joke by this comedian who is known for making off-color remarks. The thing is, there are actually people who believe this stuff. They believe that Obama is homosexual and that his wife is actually more, a male, his husband, not a pre-op transgendered individual. So it wouldn't matter to me one way or the other. I don't care if Michelle Obama is transgendered. I don't care if Obama's gay. It wouldn't affect me. I wouldn't cause an uproar over that and start saying, well, Obama's the worst president ever because he's a homosexual. No, I would say he's one of the worst presidents ever because of all these other scandals that are demonstrably true. Obviously they are scandals. He obviously lied. He's been caught out in lying. He's running the country into the ground and doing a terrible job as the president. That is something that you can be sure about. We can prove that he's done all of these things. So this other so-called scandal of, well, he's actually a gay man, doesn't matter. What difference would it make to take a line out of Hillary's sort of book of quotes? What difference does it make? Would it affect his capabilities as the commander-in-chief? I don't think so. I would be more concerned about him suddenly starting to use drugs again in the White House than something like that. It's funny. I think the joke was, if it was meant to be a joke, then it's a funny joke. Get over it. People are like, oh, well, this horrible, vapid woman is cracking jokes about our dear Führer Obama. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? He's an elected official. If he can't take a joke, then he shouldn't be in office. This is a comedian. She is a comedian. That's her job, is to make people laugh, and I was laughing my ass off. It wasn't the funniest thing I've ever heard, but it was definitely right up there. Especially the sort of facial expressions she was making, the way she said it was funnier than what she was saying. Get over it and get a life. It's a joke. Friggin' relax, people. You don't need to take everything so seriously. And the funny thing was, though, the critics of Obama, the ones that believe that he's gay, are rejoicing as though this was some sort of leak of magical inside information that only this particular comedian apparently would know. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just delusional and he really is from Kenya, and he's a gay Muslim from Kenya who has a transgendered wife. I'm not sure exactly how this would work out within the realms of Islamic law. Okay, I can accept that. Let's assume you're right. Again, it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm going to focus on the actual scandals and not on something that was probably meant as a joke, which I found mildly humorous. People need to really stop taking life so seriously. If you're getting upset because somebody makes a joke about the president being gay, then you need to do some soul searching and focus on something that actually matters. You are truly a small mind talking about a person rather than events.